Hey, the last time I made a video in automation, I'm pretty sure, is back when I made the Yugo 4055? One of the Yugos. Well, now, as you see, I have a bunch of stuff I've had fun working with. I got bored in this one. So I thought to myself I should build a better Yugo. And even though that may sound kinda stupid and counterintuitive, because it's a Yugo, how can it be better? I think there's plenty we can achieve, so let's find the body. As Vsauce said, where did you get that body? Now, I have been made aware by some commenters that the body I'm using is for a Fiesta Mark 1. One of the Fiestas. And while I understand what they're talking about, you see, the issue is that there's not really a Yugo body, so... And I don't know how to model in this game, so this is what I'm, using, because I don't really have much else to use. So, 3-door hatchback, because you see, this is like, as you see, yeah, this is the Fiesta body, well, this is the Z131. Hold up, is this the Zastava? Oh, we could be making Zastavas, one move. Oh yeah, Zastava Scala. Right, so let's dial the clock back to 1985 and, oh, sorry, let's make the car. So, space frame, no, monocoque, probably. Monocoque. And, let's do double-double, because we want people to have a comfortable ride. So, let's make it your inline 4, and, this one will actually be 1.3? No, 1.2 liter. Let's go with that. It's gonna have dual overhead cam, because that's relatively decent. Moving on, no turbo, and we're actually gonna give it single point EF5 injection. And it's gonna be running on regular fuel, so tubular exhaust. Well, nah, I'll see if I wanna do that. Three-way cat, because the Yugo doesn't actually have a cat, and it's knocking. And it makes, well, even without tuning, it's like a 55. Just that it's, I'm gonna try to get the efficiency up. Yeah, that should be about right. Now what I'll do, because, I'll actually increase the engine size here. Sorry, I'll decrease it here, and I'll increase it over here. That's because, it's purely because I just would like, the engine to be, like, a bit smaller. So there we go. That should be about right. And we're making a bit less power because we're knocking, and if I lower this, we're making, a few less horses. And we can fix this by fiddling with the exhaust, like that. What if I get tubular? That doesn't do a whole lot. Maybe that a bit? Yeah, sure. There's not really a lot of ways you can improve this engine except like doing this, but I think what I'll do is because as you see here, when you raise this up you can get that, but it also moves up further up the torque curve. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower this until we get like roughly 50. So we're gonna be aiming for about 50 horses. I know that's not a lot, and actually 50 horses is a bit especially for like 1985. So well, I'm gonna try to see if maybe we can get a 1.4 liter. That's gonna get us like 60. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot more like in the 60s sort of range. And then if I will, there we go. So I just have a few more horses to gain. So I will increase the there we go. This. So there we go. Also, I'm sorry, guys. I know you're gonna feel. I know you're gonna like. I know you're gonna feel sad about me doing this, because people always do. But when I was ill back, like, oh my, was that a month ago? Yeah. Anyways, back then I bit the bullet and I was watching Reddit videos because I was ill. Not COVID though. Sounds like an inline 4. And what are we gonna call this? The Yugo 2.0. So yeah, this is gonna be Yugo. New Yugo 45. New Yugo 60. Well, like any new edition, I don't know. We want that classic Yugo red, so... Oh my god, that's bright red! It's kind of like this. Maybe a bit, yeah. That's about right. I'll style it later. Let's do the drivetrain. So, transverse front wheel drive. A 5-speed manual, because from talking with people, I have discovered that... Also viscous LSD. I have discovered that the Yugos with 4... the Yugos that had like 4 gears were particularly awful to drive. But the 5-gear models were actually good for a Yugo. Keep in mind, these cars may sound a bit regardless of what you do to them, but they were like late 70s, early, or I guess in this case mid 80s, little hatchbacks. Like back then, you didn't expect as much from a little hatchback as you expect now. Like, especially like if you nowadays, let's say you have a Fiesta. Ford Fiesta, even like an older one. So like, let's say you had, what would be a normal car? Like a 2003 or something like Ford Fiesta. Okay. Fleet Yugo. Like back then, you could probably get away with something like this, cause hey, a lot of people wouldn't mind driving these kinds of cars. Because back then, if you didn't know, yeah, Yugos were kinda being bought a decent amount, mostly because people didn't really know what they were buying. No, but it's, if I remember correctly, it's because people really just didn't. Yeah, it was because they didn't really know what they were buying, but it was also because you know, they just bought into it thinking they're gonna get a good car, and they really weren't. The issue with the Yugo, from my understanding, was partially like just due to its design. What I mean is the Yugo the Yugo had like a few issues, with most of them being relatively easily solvable if Zonstova pumped money into the car. They didn't. The main issues were, in my opinion, the engine was old. The engine itself was actually relatively decent, but the problem with the Yugo was that it was hideously unsafe. It weighed like 750 kilos. Like if you see here, it weighs 900 kilos. This one. We could actually. How much does it cost to make? Because it's gonna be a decent car. See, my issue is this displays in probably 2020 money. So, oh, we can get a galvanized chassis though. So I'm gonna do that. Does that raise up the cost by a lot? No, not really, just by like a smidgen. And this car is decent for being a budget family car. It's, how comfortable is this as a car? Not sure. What if we do this? Ooh, that makes it family, a little utility car. Here we go. So this is the kind of car Americans would buy if they needed like a second or third car. A family car with the capacity to safely transport a whole thing or two. I read that as a small car. Doesn't matter. Oh my god. It did 8.5 liters? Jesus. Wasn't there an oil crisis in Yugoslavia? Why, Yugo? Yeah, I'm gonna just After we've built up the Yugo, I'm gonna work on the car.
The facts people. Basically,
look at this thing. It's a car. Let's test it out in Beam, shall we? So as you may hear, we don't have any engine noise, but here it is. It's a car. The lights are a bit off, but that's fine. And we can drive it as an actual car now. It has plenty of torque and a decent amount of horsepower for such a small car, because keep in mind, it may not be the most powerful thing out there, but it's only 900, oh my god, it's only 900 kilos, so it's not actually like painfully slow anymore, it's just not fast. Also keep in mind, the Yugo 55 was okay, it had less horses, but it was also lighter. And yeah, you could actually drive relatively fast with a Yugo. I'm gonna try to drive this on the drag strip just to see how it goes. We're actually accelerating quite quickly. I think I actually could have put the speed limiter, oh my god, up higher. But now I think it's fine. Oh no. Spectacular crash performance. Let's do the drag test. Room. Room number 2. Room number 3. So it's 0 to 100 in 14 seconds, which is not fast, but it doesn't need to be. All I can say is, it is quite decent at doing this. Plus, it has a lot of torque in the low revs, and it came on horsepower in the high revs. And it can go 150. It could go more, but I'm stupid and so the speed limit is too low. The idea is, it's good to have a tall final drive, especially if you want to drive on a highway. Because if you have a tall final drive, it means that you can just, like, be cruising along. You have, at low revs, so the engine isn't using a lot of fuel, just coldly driving. Highway, motorway, whatever. Freeway. And, I mean, it's not a freeway if it has rules, it is now. But how does it handle on a track? Alright, I think it's time to go. Don't ask what that was. Gearbox temporarily switched to realistic mode. Yes! Yes! Time to drive my man. Alright, immediately an issue. No, actually, it's not an issue. Yeah, it is. The car's front-wheel drive, so it understeers. Except that we don't even need to brake a lot of that. I mean, we're not really going fast, but we're going decently fast. Yes, taking this around the track, and we're going quite slow. Because keep in mind, this is a handling course. The point of this course is, like, it's not to be good in a straight line, is it? It's to be able to competently drive. So, up in 3rd gear, slowing down. Now keep in mind, an engine's quote-unquote horsepower is just its torque multiplied by how fast it's spinning. So you can have an engine which revs very low, but if you convert that torque, a torque converter, so like basically it goes from a a large gear to a small gear, you're gonna get a lot more torque with a lot less actual power. It works the other way around with electric motors, where you wanna give them a lot more torque but a lot less actual. How were we? Okay. So we're just faster than the Yugo 70. Now, the Yugo 70, as you may be aware, has 10 more horses. Now, this means that, this car, my car design has gotten improved to the point where a car with 10 less horses actually handles better than a car with 10 more. I'd say this is down to me, fiddling with the suspension and stuff. And having a viscous limited slip differential. I don't know what else could help it to achieve this nice time. Because the time ain't fast, don't get me wrong, but it's not slow either. Oh, slow down, reverse. Hey, we're hitting 170. Yugo speed! We are heading down faster than any Yugo that's not been modified has gone before, but I'm guessing this is... Oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck. I think an end of A, and now let's cut to the other thing.